Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is February the 19th, 2020. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is next Bitcoin. 5-digit realm. Apex predator. Holder of last resort. Unconfiscatable. I'm offended by selling. All right, you strong hand friends of mine out there. You unique beast. Hello, my elite friends. If you have questions, I have the answers. You type in Bitcoin Meister. I will answer your questions. You can do a super chat also, just so I see it change colors over there in the chat. That's the only way I will notice it. Now it'll catch my eye that way. Tomorrow, I will be in Long Beach, 7 o'clock. It's linked to below. It's going to be awesome. I'll be speaking. It'll be fun. We'll party afterwards. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then Saturday, I'm going to be in Las Vegas at Unconfiscatable, Tone Base's awesome event. Both these things are linked to below. If you want to hang, it's going to be fun to see some familiar faces that I've never met in person before and familiar names. Going to be great. Going to be a good time these next few days. And speaking about these next few days, in between those 2 days is Friday, and that's This Week in Bitcoin. This Week in Bitcoin will be most likely at 1:15 Baltimore time. That's 6:15 London time on Friday. Yes, Bitcoin Tina should be on. And Boris from the Netherlands should be on if all goes well. And the third guest. So that's 1:15 p.m. Baltimore time, 10:15 a.m. Los Angeles time, 6:15 London time Friday, 6:15 p.m. London time. Somewhere it's 5:15 like the Who's song. Pound that like button. I like to start it at not exactly at not on the hour, but at the 15-minute mark. Why not? Why not do a little something different there? So yesterday's show, what I'm about to say kind of goes with the theme of yesterday's show. Bitcoin this is from, and everything I talk about is linked to below, by the way, people, from SKWP. Bitcoin is a check on state misbehavior. Accumulating Bitcoin affords holders the optionality to move freely in the world to a jurisdiction that offers them the freedom they seek. Over time, this defunds autocratic states as they lose the human capital they require to function. Now, you've got a point there. If there's an autocratic state that's overreaching in this Bitcoin realm that we're entering, that the smart people will leave those countries with their wealth easily with Bitcoin. Will that bring down the regimes? Well, it'll hurt the countries. Brain power, overall brain power, there's won't be as much of a taxable base, I guess. But does it defund autocratic states? Not totally. But we get your point, though. The point is that if you're living in a situation where you think your country is overreaching, and with the Bitcoin, it lets you can get out of there, and that's it. You take your whole wealth, you start again. It's awesome. All right. Just Buy and that's linked to below, of course. Just Buy Bitcoin says, Bitcoin Meister, thanks again for another awesome day. I got some friends and acquaintances coming out of the woodwork again this month. Even got my parents to buy Bitcoin, but they chose GBTC. Dude, we're going to be talking about GBTC in a second with this retirement plan stuff. Did they do it through their retirement plan? I assume they did. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. But thank you for the commentary. Again, people, you can send questions in the chat or the super chat. Type in Bitcoin Meister. Okay, having hype. You see who's using the hashtag that is linked to below. I am, and I'm using it. And so are some awesome dudes who watch this show. We got to get that thing trending on Twitter, right? Spread the word. People are talking about it now. And yesterday I mentioned in 2016 a site. I remember a rocket going off the minute that the halving actually started. And Someone sent me the actual site. It's still in existence, and the rocket ship will go off again in 2020. I don't like the name of the site because I like the term halving, but it's thehalvening.com. Thehalvening.com. That is linked to below. So Bcash will fork also. Bcash will fork. Bcash will have also. We'll have a halving also. Okay, and they'll hype that. But are they going to fork after their halving though? And I think they are. I think they're going to have an issue here. Their infrastructure funding plan. They are still arguing over this. King of the Trolls doesn't want to do it unless if it's going to cause a fork. He wants everyone to agree on it. So if everyone doesn't agree on it, then he doesn't want to do it. But there's all sorts of drama going on. There's an article linked to it below. And there also is a tweet here from, well, okay, I'm not going to say the guy's name. Let's call him Bcash King. The Bcash community is largely made up of libertarians who hate taxes and believe taxation is theft. The leadership then come up with a funding proposal that looks and feels like a tax. What could go wrong? I think the IFP goes through a fork. If the IFP goes through, a fork is inevitable. So yeah, I agree with that. If your infrastructure funding plan goes through, the fork is inevitable. I think some sort of infrastructure funding plan is going to go through, and people are going to. It's going to split. It's going to split. There's my prediction right there. So it'll be something interesting to analyze. And they've got all sorts of different proposals on it. The initial IFP has been slightly changed, and some of the voices that supported it have a different take on it now. It's linked to below if you care about that. So before we talk about the retirement, a Bitcoin retirement plan, Bitcoin Meister, do you think, this is from 123 No Scope? He says, do you think Bitcoin will be worth a retirement in 2032? Do I think one Bitcoin will be worth a retirement in 2032? I'm conservative. I'll say no. I'll say no. Because I think depending on your age, by 2032, you're probably going to need $2 million to retire. So I don't think it will be worth it. But so here's the thing. Here's the thing about retirement. For those of us who don't work for these big corporations that set up retirement plans for us, your retirement plan should be your Bitcoin. That's my retirement plan. That's how I got it. I don't have some 401k somewhere that I get monthly contributions to through my employer, all that nonsense. But some of you have been working for many years, or not that many years, but you have these plans and you've got money floating around in these plans, okay? And you can't access it without penalties, and you want the funds to grow, and you want them to get into Bitcoin. So there's a dude here. There's an awesome dude. He wrote an article about this, about the best way to manage your Bitcoin in your retirement plan, and I think it's good. For those people that are stuck, quote unquote, stuck in that traditional realm, this is, and at the same time, you could still save Bitcoin on the side for your personal, for your an alternative retirement plan, just in case your corporation retirement plan totally falls through the floor, and that could happen because not your keys, not your coins. So Bitcoin retirement plan here. Let's see. I've got this. Okay, yeah. One big takeaway I got from this article, and it's a big article, and I know a lot of you want to read about this stuff. You care about GBTC and all that stuff, so this is for you. He says, luckily, I happen to work for a company with a good retirement plan, so I decided to take full advantage of it. I've been looking for allocations to Bitcoin in retirement plans since 2017. This is for Americans, by the way. My reasonings of the decision are below. I'm a young professional with 30 plus years ahead before retirement. Even if I messed up with this investment decision now, I still have enough time to rebuild my fortune. That is a great point. I am looking for something, an asymmetric bet with enough volatility and a potential huge upside in the long in the long time horizon. Good, you're a long-term thinker. Bitcoin is perfect for this. I would like a place to minimize the taxation on my potential Bitcoin gains. Retirement plans are perfect for this without too much extra setup. Okay, a lot of people have brought that up before. Bitcoin, okay, and he calls it Bitcoin Retirement Series Part 1. So there are going to be other parts to it. Bitcoin Investing in Retirement Plans, US version. This guide is intended to provide a non-exhaustive set of techniques to invest in Bitcoin through retirement plans, and 401k, IRA, etc. in the US. And he points out that one negative is that there are exorbitant fees sometimes, e.g. the 2% annual fee GBTC and others have, okay? So there are pros and cons to all this, but if you're already stuck in that realm, then hey, deal with it. And one thing that is a big takeaway from this, what I meant to say at the beginning, is that there are many people just like this young guy who want to get into Bitcoin, who maybe have some Bitcoin already, but want to get more into Bitcoin and are going to flip their corporate retirement funds into Bitcoin. So that's great for Bitcoin. More and more of that quote unquote locked up money that you can't get until you're 75 years old or whatever is going to be thrown into Bitcoin. So I think this is good. And so if I had one of these retirement plans, I'd be wanting to get all of it into Bitcoin probably. But again, the negatives are it could go totally wrong in terms of the fund could steal your Bitcoin. All right, that Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, but your fund could go somewhere, and the fees are a 2% annual fee. It's ridiculous. All right, pound that like button. Okay, and someone's already talking. My buddy who I'm going to see tomorrow, Sci-Fi, dude. Fidelity makes you acknowledge the high volatility before you can get into GBTC. Okay, we shall talk tomorrow. Now, what else do we have? All right. Now, someone asked about MWC before the show started. And I got to clarify something from yesterday. MWC is a crypto dividend that we all got for free, but it was an airdrop to Bitcoin holders who signed up for it. Those of you here, you know that this is your home for Bitcoin insider information. This is where you learn about the freaking crypto dividends, that all you got to do is hold your freaking Bitcoin and control your private key. You get interest on your Bitcoin through the crypto dividend process. So, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow in Long Beach, obviously in Las Vegas. But someone said yesterday that Hotbit, the one exchange where you can sell your MWC at, which is locked down now, they're not allowing deposits, that it was hacked. That is not true. That's not true. I don't know where that person got that. I think you made a mistake somewhere. I linked to the Hotbit update. Okay, that there was no. They're not saying MWC was stolen from Hotbit. So I yesterday I said I'm just reading what you're saying here. I have no proof this happened. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But here, if the MWC project party is undergoing functional upgrades and investigation of illegal transfers, therefore, users involved in MWC deposits are temporarily prohibited from withdrawing and trading. So this is a privacy coin, okay? And I was talking to someone about this, okay? It's got to look really shady that there is one entity buying up all of this privacy coin for any price, It's as if he's trying to launder his Bitcoin. So they're detecting suspicious activity there. Any exchange could claim the suspicious activity. The long and short of it is, don't keep your Bitcoin there. Oh, if you sold your MWC there for Bitcoin, and you should have, don't keep your Bitcoin there. I mean, they were shutting down people's accounts, locking people's accounts that dealt with MWC. Now they're open. So they've got some issue over there. So perhaps a jurisdiction somewhere sees all this weirdness that's going on and says, hey, you're the only one selling this stuff. You got to shut it down. You got to tell us who is doing what on your site, because it looks shady as anything. So they're saying there's illegal I don't know what illegal transfers, what that really translates into. Maybe it translates into what I just said. So guys, be careful. Never don't keep your cryptocurrencies on exchanges. It's ridiculous. And I hope that answered the MWC queries that I have been receiving. So, hey, hopefully they do another airdrop so we get more of it for free. Hopefully there are more crypto dividends real soon I'm going to be able to tell you about, because, hey, man, I love getting free coins that you can turn into free Bitcoin. Nothing better than that. Never buy what you can get for free. Pound that like button. Now, all right, so MWC, we spoke about. Oh, Tel Aviv, May 21st. It's my daily reminder, because we're going to talk about the halving right now. Best halving party on earth, May 21st in Tel Aviv. It's linked to below. It is going to be a blast from the future, not the past. Wait, oh yeah, so I should have mentioned that when I was talking about the having hype beforehand. Oh well, didn't organize this thing perfectly. Now let's talk about mining. Peter Thiel backed Layer 1 begins mining Bitcoin at its West Texas facility. Hey dude, I was just in West Texas. The site expects to scale to 200 MW within a few months and aims to capture 30% of the total network hash rate by the end of 2021. Well, then I guess if you actually do that, and good luck, compete, don't complain, people won't be screaming that China FUD. Oh, all the miners are in China, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's called progress, okay, people? That's called long-term thinking. There's not always going to be a bunch of them in China. There are going to be innovators like Peter Thiel with a lot of money thrown around trying to operate mining facilities in countries like the United States and other relatively free nations. So good luck to him. I think that is good news. I'm a big Peter Thiel fan. He is outside the box thinker, and is one of those minds that some people try to rip on. Like, oh, he supports this politician. Oh, he's so rich, he's evil. No, innovating, in motion type of dude. And he's in motion in Bitcoin. Welcome to the space. This is where the big boys frickin' play. Pound that like button. So speaking about the big boys, the great Nick Carter, who has been on the show before, and he's talked about this before. I've talked about this before in terms of stable coins, and that they put the dollar on a pedestal, okay? They're enabling people to get dollars into their countries, and they want dollars. There are people out there that value their wealth in dollars more so than Bitcoin, and they want new ways to get dollars into their country. And stable coins are an easy way of dollarization, should we say. Okay, so hey, if they're going to use it that way, they're going to use it that way. Some people will see like, oh, wow, I got this digital dollar, and now I can turn it into this Bitcoin. But not everyone. It's not for everyone. People can value their wealth in dollars. I encourage you not to. That's one of the sayings here. Value your wealth in freaking Bitcoin. Pound that like button. But here we go. But his main point here is that there are a lot of, well, in the United States government, people have said, oh, this is a threat to the dollar. Cryptocurrency isn't a threat to the dollar at this point at all. It's just what I said. It's propping up the dollar. It's getting the dollar into these developing nations easier. It's great. Good. Value your wealth in dollars. So go with the flow, United States government. Your dollar, the greatest fiat currency on earth, is being elevated. All the solid currencies, so-called, the best, again, don't value your wealth in fiat, but the best of the fiats, the yen, the euro, the dollar, they're all going to get these stable coins based around them. And they're all going to become more loved and more credible by the people because of the digitalization of fiat currencies. And the lesser fiat currencies they're not going to like this very much, of course. But hey, here's the thing. So policymakers shouldn't fear digital money. So far, it's maintaining the dollar status, says Nick Carter. Stablecoin transactional volumes have taken off to the point where they have eclipsed every cryptocurrency aside from Bitcoin in on-chain transactional value. It may well be the case that the crypto industry's most impactful contribution in the near term is to near frictionlessly distribute, frictionlessly, I guess that's a word, distribute dollars on a direct to consumer basis to the world's population, whether their governments like it or not. So hey, you got a big use case for stablecoins right there. And for those of you that are haters of government, well, this is gonna bother some of the lesser government, well, a lot of the lesser governments that try to control their people with their worthless inflated currencies. They're gonna say, why should I be playing around with this fiat when I can get my hand on the dollar or the yen in this digital form now? So very good point. And this is, if you encounter your senator or congressman who's a little confused, saying, "Oh, we're scared about cryptocurrency," point this article out to them. Nothing. It's going to make you richer, dude. It's going to make our dollars worth more credible to the world. Oh yeah, there, value your wealth in dollars. By the way, you should be valuing your wealth in Bitcoin. But hey, you're going to do what you're going to do. And moving on, tech thread time. There's some people that are out there. I'm just in it for the tech. I'm just in it. Okay, you can just be in it for the tech, whatever. And if you are, here's a good one by Leishman. And it gives, what's it say? Tech thread time. Here are some of the Bitcoin research and technical work that we're excited about at River Financial. Okay, dude, that's awesome. So again, for you tech heads, and I know to the people who say they're just in it for you're just in it for the tech, dude. Okay, so are you going to complain in 10 years that you're poor? Because if you're not, then hey, that's fine. You were just in it for the tech. But most people do want to financially improve themselves, and this is a financial product. I'd say, love the tech, respect the tech, but respect the money too. So it's the name of the show is the One Bitcoin Show. Try to at least get one of them, okay? So 123 No Scope said, Bitcoin Meister, what would it take for you to believe that hyper-Bitcoinization is a reality? What would have to happen? Dude, people would actually have to buy stuff with Bitcoin? How about that? That's not even happening yet. So yeah, that would be a nice first step. That people would start using Bitcoin in terms of buying things. Because right now, look what I just said. Everybody's trying to get dollars into their countries. Everybody's using. And hey, I don't encourage people to use Bitcoin to buy stuff, but people aren't even using Lightning Network very much and stuff. So everyone wanting to accept Bitcoin, everybody using Bitcoin, everybody valuing everything they have in Bitcoin. I mean, hyper-Bitcoinization is a tremendous thing. It's like the dollar is worth nothing now. We have to move to a new world reserve currency called Bitcoin. We're so far away from that right now. So yeah, call me when people are spending Bitcoin. But then still, we're still so far away from that. Tell me when people lose confidence in the United States dollar. I don't see that happening at all. It's the most credible fiat in the history of mankind. And I only see it getting stronger for the 80%ers that choose to be in it. I am not a believer in hyper-Bitcoinization whatsoever. I think it is a realm for the 20%ers to protect their wealth. It is great. It is a great financial tool. It is a great financial mechanism for those who opt into it, who want to be in the Bitcoin overlay. But I see how this world works, man. I mean, go to yesterday's show when I was talking about James Altucher. People will believe the slimiest things and want to be involved with the slimiest, mindless, fancy sets and graphics things. That's not what Bitcoin is. There's so many other options. People want to spend. They don't care if it's being inflated away. And it's so easy to get your hand on dollars and all sorts of fiat currency. It's not good. People are like, well, people will wake up to the fact of inflation and that the dollar loses value since 1900. No, they won't. It's been losing value since 1913. It's been 107 years, dudes. No, some people just don't care about finances very much. They just don't care. and they become government dependents. And in this world of abundance that we live in right now, the government can provide people a lot of comfortable, fun things. Why not stay hooked? Stay hooked on what they're providing, the dollar. And this goes for all the countries of the world, whether it be yen, euro. People don't think. You're in a bubble, people. You're in a bubble, a YouTube bubble, a Bitcoin bubble. There's so many different bubbles out there that you're in, or in a doom bubble. The dollar's going to fail. Just reality is filled with people who are machines who don't think, and they're just like to be comfortable and take the easiest way in life, and fancy sets and graphics. So that's why I say hello, my elite friends, at the beginning of the show. You're elite, and most people aren't. You're a 20%er, and by very definition, most people aren't. So most people aren't very productive. Okay, so moving on, we have here. So we did tech thread time. Here, Trace Mayer with a good tweet. We're gonna conclude with these very inspirational tweets. This is about being a holder of freaking last resort and being a long-term thinker. If it were so, and for all you people who say, well, you're not using Bitcoin if you're holding Bitcoin there, it's what's so hard about holding Bitcoin? Here we go. If it were easy to be a Bitcoin holder of last resort, then everyone would. What is neat? Just like I said, people do the easy stuff. What is needed? Discipline, mentally for research and emotionally for price cycles where market weeds out the weak and undisciplined. So Bitcoin is extremely fair and brutal too, a brutal tool for allocating gains and losses. All right, so yes, you need discipline, and yes, their price cycles. And the market weeds out the weak-handed people and the undisciplined. It's so true. It's so true. And we see it every cycle. And so, yeah, Bitcoin is extremely fair for the people. I mean, there's some people who go, oh, it's unfair. You had insider information. No, there are plenty of people who had it in 2013 and they got weeded out. There are plenty of people who couldn't hang on to it. So on that note, this is from Hold On Comrades. Just spent time studying the 2013 to 2015 bear market. Total respect for those who held through what must have been an excruciating 415-day bear market. 415 days. Bear market holders rule and deserve the rewards that come their way. Hold on, comrades. Don't trade. Well, I got to say to you, thanks, man. And yes, don't trade. And yes, the long-term thinking of holding on, not being tempted into all the nonsense out there, it pays off. And it is a great feeling as you start to approach the halvings that you didn't give in 2018 or 2014 or 2019 or 2015. It's great. Elite and proud of it, someone said over there. All right, dudes, pound that like button. I am Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the links below, and click on the squares. I'm trying to find my screen here, see if there's anything else left. Oh, yeah, there. Let's see the shirt. You can get shirts like that linked below. Think I'm going to get rid of this baby soon. I'll say hi to you and the guys in the chat right now. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you later.